I'm Nancy Strime, Associate Vice President of School and Community Partnerships at Teachers College, and we are so pleased to be co-hosting this event this morning with our colleagues at the Children's Aid Society. Teachers College has had an abiding mission over more than 125 years to improve the lives of citizens through professional training, research, service, and leadership. With respect to today's topic, you may not know that Teachers College founded one of the country's earliest community schools at the beginning of the 20th century, which provided extensive services in education, job training, language, and other aspects to support the immigrant population flooding into New York at the time. Here we are, more than 100 years later, and TC has renewed its commitment to community schools by partnering with the New York City Department of Education in creating the Teachers College Community School and establishing the REACH network of community schools in Harlem. This morning, we are very pleased to host a presentation and discussion about a significant new study that provides evidence for community schools as an effective school improvement strategy. So just to give you a very quick orientation to this morning's program, we are going to, after introducing my colleagues from Teachers Aid Society, we are going to have our presentation by Dr. Jeannie Oakes, who will share more about the study itself. And then President Susan Furman will moderate a panel of distinguished experts where we will delve more deeply into the significance of the findings and various aspects that we might want to consider going forward. At the conclusion of that moderated panel, we will be taking questions via Twitter from you and others who might be watching the live stream of this program. And then we will be joined at the very end by Dorita Gibson, Deputy Chancellor of the New York City Department of Education, for concluding remarks. We unfortunately heard from Chancellor Carmen Farina yesterday evening that a scheduling conflict does not permit her to join us. And then at the very end of the program, there will be time for us to get together informally over coffee and continue our conversations. So with that, I would like to introduce my colleague, Phoebe Boyer, President and Chief Executive Officer of Children's Aid.
Thank you, Nancy. Children's Aid is so pleased to co-sponsor this event with Teachers College. They have been our colleagues in the community schools work here in New York City. And on behalf of Children's Aid, I too want to welcome you, all of you who have come out on this blustery day. I think we're in for some winter weather this year. But it is a really unique opportunity to come and learn about an important study that is the subject of this symposium. From our perspective, this study could not be more timely or more significant. Children's Aid launched our first community school here in New York City exactly 25 years ago, and frankly, right up the street at 196th and Broadway in Washington Heights. We still work in that school and in 21 others as the lead agency partner. And when we started that work, what we were doing was somewhat unusual, and we were inundated with requests from colleagues who wanted to visit and learn more from our experience. And as a result, we set up the National Center for Community Schools, which for the past 23 years has hosted visitors and provided consultation and training to schools and districts and community partners who want to learn more about how about this work in a much more comprehensive and integrated way. So community schools really are a core part of our work at Children's Aid, and because we believe in this strategy we are very pleased to see the expansion of community schools here in New York State, and nationally, and we are especially grateful to the Learning Policy Institute and the National Education Policy Center for their excuse me, insightful and diligent study of the evidence of the impact of community schools and the impact that they have on schools and communities, particularly in low-income areas. Now, before I introduce Jeannie Oakes, I want to thank her and her two co-authors, Anna Mayer and Julia Daniel, both of whom are here with us this morning, for their amazing work that brought us here today, showing the true kind of collaborative leadership that is at the heart of community schools. These three researchers labored for months, combed over 143 studies on community schools, examining and synthesizing the evidence that we will hear about today. And on behalf of Teachers College and Children's Aid, as well as the countless colleagues that are here today and those across the country, we offer our heartfelt appreciation for that effort. And now I want to introduce Jeannie Oakes by saying that she is one of the nation's most esteemed and prolific education researchers. As you will learn from her fuller biography, which is written in your program, Jeannie is the author of numerous books and studies. She currently serves as the Senior Fellow at the Learning Policy Institute and as the Presidential Professor Emerita in Education Equity at UCLA, where they have better weather than we do. So please join me in welcoming Jeannie Oakes.